Hey, hey, hey. Hello, everyone. I hope that each and every one of you are having an awesome and amazing day or have had an awesome and amazing day. Welcome, everyone, to Beautiful Living with Keisa. I'm your host, Keisa, and I am beyond thrilled to embark on this journey with you. Beautiful living isn't just a destination, it's a journey we take every single day. It's about deciding what we want our lives to look like and taking the steps to make that vision a reality. And today, we are talking about how to navigate life's transitions with grace and confidence. Throughout life, we all will experience change, right? Change is inevitable. It is going to happen. Life transitions and how we handle those things are pivotal to our growth and our overall well-being, right? So it can be a career change. It can be a career change that had nothing to do with you, right? They just laid you off. Job got abolished. One day they just came in and said, "We don't need you." Whatever the case is, right? It can be a relationship change, um, becoming an empty nester, moving to a new place. I've had the privilege and the honor to coach a few women who have like relocated, not from like a county to a county, but like got their stuff and packed and moved to a whole nother state with nobody knowing nobody, okay, and even out of the country, right? So moving to a new place, that's really a huge change, right? And the list goes on and on. So change can be very challenging, but it also offers an opportunity for growth. So I've experienced quite a bit of change in my life, as I know, you have. Nobody is without change, right? We all have experienced something. Like, my change ranged from relationship changes. I went through a divorce, right? Becoming an empty nester was another change, right? Leaving my job to become a full-time business owner, right? That was a big change, right? And so there were other changes in my life, but those are the ones that I'm choosing to highlight on tonight. So all of those things had different impacts on me, right? Different impacts on how I maneuver. Hi, Sade. Hey, boss of Buckhead. Thank you for joining, right? And so when my baby girl left the nest, I had been in preparation for a while, because not only did I had other girls, I had other daughters who went before her. The difference between the three of them were the oldest two were, we all were still under one unit, right? But when baby girl left, it wasn't. And so I had to really share custody with my ex. And so she went back and forth from household to household, which I absolutely hated. Um, and so, but when it was time for her to leave and go off to college, it wasn't a big impact. People was asking me like, how do you feel? And I was like, well, I've been doing this for a minute. There are a lot of moments when she's not in the house. There are moments where I'm not able to, wake up to her because she's at her dad's house, right? So I was in preparation for that particular change. Now, here's the thing. I cried more when she wasn't with me, when she was with her dad. Then I didn't cry. I didn't cry when neither one of them went off to college, right? And so that's the difference, right? It's the preparation and how we prepare for those things that are coming up. When I went through my divorce, though, that was unexpected. And so that change was very different. Being with somebody for 25 years and then all of a sudden it's no more. And then you wake up and you're trying to figure out your whole life, right? And so that is a different type of change, and it comes with different types of emotions. And then when I was asked to leave, when God told me it was time to leave my job, that came with a lot of different emotions because I didn't do it right away. That was a time where it took me almost 10 years for various reasons to walk into what he had been calling me to do for so long, because it came with a lot of unknowns, right? Just like the divorce, and unknowns and the fears and all of those things, right? And even becoming an empty nester, right? That comes with a certain level of uncertainty, because now baby girl ain't here with me. I can't see her, but again, she wasn't here with me during those other times. So, just praying over her all the time and just checking in with her as much as I can, right? Those are the things that I decided to do to prepare, right? So there were a lot of times where change was very scary for me, right? And so the scariness for me came more, I guess, from the time from divorce to leaving my job, right? Those were two entities where I faced the cycle of change. And so we're going to talk about a little bit about the cycle of change, because we all experience change. It might not be a divorce. It might not be a change of career, but I believe that most of us have made some type of change in career along the way, right? And you might not have experienced being an empty nester, but there has been a change in your life of some sort, right? And the cycle of change, the stages of that in which we go through, is the denial. We go through this denial phase. We go through this resistance phase. Then we go through this phase of exploration, right? And then of acceptance. And then I want to throw another one in there, a phase of growth and transformation. And I want you to know that when we go through change, it also affects how we show up. It affects our outward appearance, our outward beauty. I talked about fulfillment life with life and career and style on last week. If you missed it, go back. It was really, really good. And so when we're talking about change, the denial phase, when we encounter things that are unexpected, right, in life, we go through a shock and denial period, right? So when a change first occurs, especially if it's unexpected, like I said, becoming an empty nester, you can prepare for that. Not to say that you won't have these emotions or these tears or I don't want to let go, but you know it's coming, right? When you have a change in your job, if you have no idea, you woke up, you got dressed, and you went in there, and next thing you know, they walking you out, and you like, what in the world? I did not expect my day to go this way, right? That's a shock and the denial. If you're going through a life transition such as a divorce, as I mentioned a little earlier, and it's unexpected, like mine was, I didn't see it coming. Okay, it wasn't perfect. We went through some things. However, I didn't see divorce until it came, right? And so for me, that was unexpected. And so, that was unexpected. And so I went through a phase of denial. So it was a shock. And then I went through a phase of denial. This stage is characterized as disbelief, right? You just go through this disbelief while your mind tries to process your new reality, right? And as it relates to style, because I'm going to put style in these things as much as I can, because I want y'all to know how important it is in every phase of our life. Beautiful living is whole life wellness, and everything is it's like a chain link. It all is connected. And so when you go through a shock and denial phase during this time, you tend to stick with whatever's familiar with you. So whatever's in your closet, you ain't trying to make no change because you're already in disbelief. And so that helps you pretty much maintain a sense of normalcy. Okay. And then you go through this resistance phase, or a phase of, hold on, y'all, I'm looking for my notes. Okay, got it. You go through this emotional phase, right? And the reality has set in, like, this is really happening. I don't have a job. My child has left, right? Or I just went through a divorce, or whatever your life transition is. You go through those things, and it's starting to sit in. You don't went past, like, is this really happening? I'm in shock. I'm in denial. I'm in disbelief, to a moment where you are, the reality is beginning to set in, and some decisions have to be made, right? Fear and resistance often emerge during this time. Like when I was about to leave my job, right? It was like, ooh, okay, I really did like hit that button, right? I didn't have room really in that point to be fearful, right? I needed to stand on what it was, what it's going to be, and I didn't know what that was, right? That was took me so long to leave because of the unknown. We tend to leave because of the unknown, right? We tend not to move because of the unknown, right? But when you're going through a divorce or anything like that, or whatever your life transition may be, the resistance often emerge in that thing. So you may experience anxiety, frustration, even anger, as you grapple with the implications of the change. And this stage is about resisting the discomfort of the unknown. But as a style piece, right? Resistance might manifest in reluctance to change in any aspect of your life, including your personal style. That is what's familiar to you. You don't even care if the clothes are too big. You are going through, you losing weight because of this change. Things are happening to your body, and you refuse to buy something new because, first of all, that's the last thing on your mind, and you just thankful that you're just being able to show up in this instance in your life. Like, I'm showing up. And I just had a conversation with one of my best friends, just seemed like it was yesterday, or other day, is very recent. And we was talking about when I was going through my divorce, and she was saying, I was like, well, I still showed up. I just don't know how I got from point A to B and back from B to A. And she said, girl, yeah, you were still showing up. However, it wasn't the Keisa touch. Like, it wasn't you were still cute, but it wasn't the same. And I'm saying that to say, when we are going through things, we can get dressed, and oftentimes it still shows. No matter the best foot forward we put forward, it's something, because it's internal. It's something that we're dealing with internal, and we are just trying to still smile. We are trying to still be in a place where I can function, right? But really and truly, the appearance, really, how I'm gonna put it, it really affects the appearance, right? And so once you go through that denial and shock phase, and the resistance and fear phase, you go through this exploration phase, right? And this is where the resistance begins to lessen a little bit, and you start to explore things. And in this stage, you start to consider new options, right? Behaviors and perspective. This phase, you get a little bit more curious about, okay, this is where I'm at, what it's going to look like, right? And even as a personal style thing, it plays a critical role at this point, because you may start experimenting with new looks. And that is so good, right? Because when you are going through, you are really ending up reinventing yourself, right? If you allow yourself to really embrace what is happening, right? Not to stay in that space and place, but to say, this is happening. And I'm going to use the divorce because it's really good. I'm about to get a divorce. I went through the denial. It's nothing I can do to change it. I have to get to the point where I don't know what is going to be, but I know that after I went through all those things in my mind, and some really bad thoughts and all those things, and I finally got to a point where I was like, okay, this is about to happen. Get a grip. It's time that I start to think about what this is going to really look like for me, okay? And I had to buy some new clothes. I had to start buying some clothes. I lost weight. I needed to still present myself in a way that that's what I had control over, right? And so finding those things that you have control over in your change, and then you focus on those things, right? And then you go through a phase where you say acceptance and commitment, right? And in this phase, acceptance marks the stage where you come to terms with the change, and you begin to embrace it, and you start to feel more at peace, and you are ready to commit to the new journey, right? And as a style piece, this style is a new identity, right? And so at this point, personal style often evolves, reflect your sense of self, right? You might adopt a new style, better represent your found freedom or identity or whatever it is, and you start to you start to feel more confident about your new direction, right? But this is what I really wanted to get into, that growth and transformation piece, right? Thriving in change. The final step is where you not only accept the change, but you begin to thrive in that change. This phase is characterized, right, by growth, learning and the integration of experiences in your own identity, right? And so when you are starting to grow and transform, your identity and your style and all of that usually go with you. Like, I don't lost weight. I need some new clothes, or guess what? I'm ready to step into my power, and it calls you to want a new identity. And how you show up, right, matters. And so it calls you to go deeper. And I don't want to put a lot of emphasis on the style, but what I want to say is that style, that plays a part in how we're showing up, even when we are going through some things, right? Shouldn't necessarily don't walk out looking like what you're going through, right? That's something that you can control. And so I'm trying to get you to understand that some things that you cannot control, but the things that you can control, those things, right? And while you're going through your growth and all these things and you're growing, it's important that you acknowledge your feelings, right? Change can trigger a wide range of emotions, from excitement to fear to grief. I don't know what's happening with me, but your feelings are valid. And don't just move past those feelings, or not sit with them in a, don't, they are valid. So don't just move past them. Don't just ignore them. Don't just suppress them. That's the word I'm looking for. Don't suppress them, but acknowledge your feelings while you are going through. Show yourself some self-compassion, right? Be kind to yourself during whatever transition that you are going through. I know some people who recently lost their jobs. They didn't even know what was happening. I've called to check on some of those people, and they have, they're doing well, but they went through that phase as well, right? To say, where are you? How are you feeling? Like, it is a life changing, especially when you are the breadwinner, and that happens, right? And so show yourself some compassion. I need you to understand that it's normal to feel overwhelmed and uncertain, right? Those are normal feelings. If you don't hear nothing else, get you a support system. Support system, a support system, a support system. It is okay to lean on loved ones or friends or whoever. I leaned on, I thank you, Lord, for my tribe. I know I wear them out, honey, because I'm going to pick up a phone and I'm going to call, and that ear is going to be throbbing, and it's going to be, it's support system. Whether it's a loved one, like I said, some friends. I didn't go to my family, but my friends are my family. That's who I leaned on during my transitions. Even after walking away from my job, that's who I lean on. Those people are who I lean on in this transition. I've got a new tribe of people in addition to that who have already walked this journey, who I can call and say, okay, y'all ain't tell me it's gonna be like this. Wait a minute, okay, did you experience this? Okay, what you did when you was feel like this? Like, that is so important. Hey, DMT. Hey, Dr. Mother T. My spiritual mom has joined me. Hello, hello, hello. And so those things are important. Having a support system is so crucial when you are experiencing life changes. Also, cultivating a growth mindset, right? Cultivating a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. When you are going through something, honey, you do not need a fixed mindset. You need a growth mindset to say, you know what, I'm gonna get through this. This is just a season. It is beautiful living. Y'all can start using my term. It is trademark. Just letting y'all know, beautiful living is a registered trademark. Okay, but you can say, I'm going to get through this, because beautiful living does awaits me on the other side of whatever it is that you are going through. Beautiful living awaits you, right? But you cannot have a fixed mindset. You have to have a growth mindset that I am going to step out into whatever this unknown is, right? And then I'm going to make some plans. I'm going to do whatever. I'm going to get the help I need. That's growth, meaning I'm not stagnant, right? I'm not staying stagnant in my mind, right? And my baby girl who just tried calling me on the phone, are you okay? Put it in the chat, girl, because I didn't answer. She just joined me. And so she just tried to call me. So yeah, if you're not okay, put it in here. You laying it down. Yes, DMT, thank you. Paris Simone, if you are not okay, put it in the chat and call me back, and I will answer you. Okay. And so cultivating a growth mindset is what you have to do when you're going through changes, right? When you are in between, I don't know what life's supposed to look like for me. When you are in between, I don't have a job, and I know I need to be able to, whatever that is. Growth mindset is what you have to have in this season, right? You have to stay open to new possibilities and be willing to adapt when things don't go as planned, because we know we have our plans. No, it's just comedy. I love you too, baby. We have our plans, but God holds the ultimate plans for our lives, right? And so, knowing that and standing in that, you have to know that you're going to be okay. You have to know that you're going to be okay and be willing to adapt, and be open to new possibilities, right? Have good coping mechanisms such as mindfulness, right? Journaling, right? Journal, write out those thoughts, get them out your head and put them on paper. Whatever it is you're going through, take a moment to journal. Some physical activities that can help build your mental and emotional strength, right? Journaling was my lifeline. I don't journal every day. I journal when I need to. When there are things, when it's overwhelming, when I need to get it out my head, when I'm in a transition, I pick up the journal and I get it out. It helps me to process where I'm at. It helps me to see where I need to go, right? What's next for me, right? And resilience. Just know that resilience is not about bouncing back, but also about growing stronger through adversity. Mindset is everything. Yes, DMT. I call my spiritual mom DMT. That's short for Dr. Mother T, okay? So when y'all hear me say DMT, I'm talking to her. So moving from fits to growth mindset is key. Yes and yes, right? And so practical, I want to give y'all some practical tips for staying grounded and focused during periods of uncertainty, right? So one, maintain regular routines. This can provide a sense of normalcy and control during uncertain times, right? So for me, now that I'm on this side of full-time entrepreneurship or business ownership, or however you want to put it, I've had to like come up with a schedule. Not just lay in bed because I ain't got to go to nobody, clock in nowhere, right? But I still have to clock in. I still have to get up and do things, right? And so what time did I get up when I went to a 9 to 5? Is that time still conducive to what I need right now? If so, still get up. If not, set your alarm clock to get up earlier or whatever that time is. Develop something, maintain a regular routine. If you have lost your job, you in between jobs or whatever that is, or you are going through a life transition such as a divorce, like find some normalcy. For me, when I was going through the divorce, I knew every weekend my ex and I would leave out the house, and we didn't even have nowhere to go most of the time. We would just get in that car and we'd just drive. We were like, where we going? I don't know. We get something to eat, some ice cream or something, right? When the weekends came, when I was by myself, guess what? I planned for those because I knew that was something that was going to come up, and I was going to be like, whoa, me, crying and bawl because no, I did not, honey. Let me tell you what I did. I got in my car. I went to Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Home Goods. I did the walking trail. I went to the movies by myself. I took myself on dates. I planned. I did things because that was a sense of normalcy. Normalcy for me was we leaving out this house doing something on the weekends. I'm going to still do something, right? Thick chick, hey, keep your head up. Okay, thank you. Love you. I love you too, Nita. And so, those were things that I would do. So what is a sense of normalcy for you when you are going through change? Don't let that stuff skate you by. You got to get up, honey. You got to take control of your life, the things that you can control, because some things are not in our control. But what you can control, that's what you need to focus on, right? Number 2, incorporate mindfulness practices to stay present and reduce anxiety about the future, okay? Whatever that is. I wish I know my cousin was on here. There's so much I would say, but I love her to the dear heart. When we are experiencing change, I'm using things such as divorce and moving into a new territory of from 9 to 5 after 28 years of life of being in my 9 to 5 to full-time entrepreneurship, right? But then there are people who going through grief and those things, right? And so these are still things, because grief looks different for everybody. My grief was divorce. It may be something else for you. It still are things that you can do. You have to take control of the things you can control. Okay, you have to take things of the things you can control. So set small, actionable goals during this time. Break down those larger challenges into smaller, manageable tasks that can help maintain your focus and momentum. Yes, you must have a mind shift about what's valuable about you, says DMT. Okay, that is right. If you was over here, I'll pin it. If you was over here, I can't pin it. I can't pin comments from Instagram. Okay, and so positive visualization. Okay, let me tell y'all something. You got to envision where you want to be when you are going through a life transition. When you are going through a change, you have to envision where you want to be. Okay, that keeps you going. I'm trying to tell you. Okay, if you don't lost your house recently or something, envision the new home. Envision the bigger version of the home. Okay, because God don't replace things in small things, honey. He make it big. Okay, so when he restores, he really restores. So don't give him that little baby vision that you can't. I need you to like dream big. All right, go big in these visions of yours. Right. If you want this job, don't be just selling for the little job, baby. Go big. Okay. All of those things. I need you to go big in your visualization. For me, I got a whole lot of visions that I have to keep at the forefront as I'm on this new journey to beautiful living, of beautiful living, I should say, of beautiful living, because I've been on this journey for a while. So what are you envisioning for your life, right? Envision those things constantly so that'll keep you going and keep you motivated to get up and keep trying and keep going each and every single day. If it's a new relationship, honey, envision with that man and if it's a man, because I do have men that listen to the show, okay? Envision what she looks like. Put it out there. You can even take the vision and put it on paper, honey. Envision those things, right? Embrace change as an opportunity for growth, right? As an opportunity for learning, as an opportunity to reinvent yourself. I want you to see change as an opportunity for growth rather than a threat. I want you to see change as an opportunity to learn from your setbacks. I want you to look at it as a time to reinvent yourself. Change can be a catalyst for discovering new passions, new skills, and aspects of your identity. You know, I recently was talking to a few ladies recently, and the word identity has been out there in the atmosphere, right? I've heard time and time just in the last 7 days, people saying to me, I'm trying to figure out my identity now, right? And these are women in their 40s. And there's nothing wrong, because as we go through changes, we have to realize who we are in this season. Who are we becoming? What's our new identity? Who do I want to show up as, right? Those are the things that I get to control. I get to decide, and I get to move forth, right? It calls for you to self-reflect, right? When we are trying to find out who we are in this season of life, that's where the self-reflection comes in at. You have to take a moment to self-reflect, even in the change, right? When you're in a change and it's because of a job, what did you learn from that job, right? If it's you're in a change and it's because of anything, you can self-reflect and learn from something, whatever that setback or whatever you want to call it is, right? So look at it as an opportunity to reinvent yourself. You know, what is your identity? Who are you truly at the core of you? Who are you, right? Explore new opportunities. Stop looking for the same old, and step out and put your foot in the water, get that toe wet and go for new opportunities, right? Something that's been on your heart that you've been saying, I don't feel like doing it. I don't want to do that. Like for me, the style piece, there's something I've been doing for a very long time. I don't talk about it as much. People come to me and ask me, can you help me? Sometimes, most of the times I begrudge and be like, ugh. But that's only because I like to work on a person's inner self before I work on the inner closet, right? Before I work on the external closet. We have to make sure that the inner closet is good. So when I am helping you to show up for the external, you showing up with the full package, baby. And so that's the thing. That is the thing when I'm talking about new opportunities and all that. Even when it comes down to your style, yes, change aligns with your authentic identity. Yes, DMT. Yes, and yes. And so don't be afraid to step into that thing that's been in your heart, but you see it a different way. God is gonna just trust him and move forward in what he's telling you to do. So this season, I've been slowly shifting back to the style pieces. And as I've been pulling out all this stuff, that stuff goes back way back. I found years and years of style stuff that's been right here that I've been doing. I pulled up something just the other day and it was said 2019. I pulled up something else that said 2017. So this ain't really nothing new when I'm talking about style. I'm just talking about it more, right? It's, yes, the inner closet. Yes. I'm trying to tell you, Dr. MT, we got to work on that inner closet, so that we can show up as our best external, right? Externally, for our external closet is what I'm trying to say, right? We got to work on the inner closet. And so style as a reflection of new beginnings. Embracing change could also include updating your wardrobe, right? Reflect new aspect of your newfound identity. This might mean trying new colors, new cuts, new trends. I don't get on the trends. I believe in timeless pieces that symbolize the fresh start you are making, right? And so who are you becoming as you are going through this change? Who are you becoming? Who do you want to become in this season of your life? This is the perfect opportunity to define who that person is. Who are you at the core of you? So don't look at change as a woe me. Look at it as an opportunity to say, maybe I will go back to school because I've always wanted to do X, Y, and Z, but I haven't had the opportunity because when I was in that career, it kept me bounded. My time was always accounted for, right? What can you do with yourself during the change, right? Now, of course, if you're going through a life transition as, grief and whatever that grief looks like, get some help. Lean on your support system. Get a therapist if that's what you need, right? But also look at it as an opportunity to come back stronger. Look at it as an opportunity, as a way that you can thrive, right? You don't have to go at it alone. You don't have to go through change alone. You only going through it alone when you are quiet, when you are choosing that route, right? But you don't have to, right? When you are going through a change in life, whether, like I said, empty nesting, look at it as an opportunity to be like, okay, these kids are gone. What I'm really about to do. And then they get mad because you're traveling more. Like, mom, like, yeah, baby, I'm out. You over there, I'm out. Then they mad because like you didn't take me. You always gone now when we out the house. Yes. Find yourself. Find yourself. Look at change as a way to do something in the community, some things to give back, to pour into somebody else, right? It is not all about you. It's not a woe me. It's not a woe me. Okay. You don't have to look at it as a woe me opportunity, right? But as a time for growth and transformation, a time to thrive. So if you're just joining me, I've been talking about life transitions, right? Whether that's a career shift, whether that's divorce, whether that's grief from a loved one, whether that's empty nesting, whatever that is, right? And I went through those stages of change, right? Whether it's shock, denial, grief, and all those. You have to go back and watch the replay, right? And bringing you all the way to that change is good. It's the perspective and how you choose to look at it, how you choose to embrace it, right? And knowing that you still have some control in the situation is how you choose to view it. So your change may be like, I can't make somebody stay with me. I can't make this job keep me. I can journal. I can work out. I can get my body in order. I can start looking to enroll in school, take up a skill, learn a new trade, something. There is control in every change if you look at it from a different lens, not a fixed mindset, but a growth mindset, right? So know that you don't have to go at it alone. I have a program for one for those of you who are facing life transitions and need support processing your emotions, making informed decisions, and rebuilding your life with confidence. And and start a business perhaps, right? That's a program that I have. And then I have another program that's called Style and Empower course for those who are ready to discover their unique style, boost their confidence, and step into your power. And I have another one that you can do both, right? All of that to say that you don't have to walk at it alone. You can connect with me at KeisaCampbell.com to learn more about any of my programs that will help you on your journey to beautiful living. For more practical tips and how you can continue to grow and elevate your life and style together, grab my book. If you ain't got it, girl, and men, I've had quite a few men grabbing this book, okay? It is for you too. But I am primarily talking to my women right now, right? Grab the book, The Journey to Beautiful Living, 7 Pillars for Living a Fulfilled Life, right? If you want to go deeper in your style, you say, you know what? This is good. I'm going to share this with my friends. I know somebody that's going through some life transitions, that this was some good nuggets, that no understanding the steps of change and what those emotions are and all that. Share this out. But you say, but I do need some assistance or some help with this style because I need to, step out, right? When it's getting ready time to step out, right? I want to step out with my best foot forward, right? I do have a Style and Empower course that I told you about. I also have a master class that if you go to my bio and click the link, and I'll drop it somewhere in the thread once this out, you can click on it. It's a master class around style and confidence, or you can grab my ebook called The Release the Style Within You. Release the Style Within You is on KeisaCampbell.com, right? These resources are designed to help you embrace your authentic self, cultivate your unique style, and live out your purpose with excellence. Visit my website, KeisaCampbell.com, if you're ready to live out your purpose, career, and show up in style and confidence. Every day above ground is an opportunity to make your life beautiful. You get an opportunity every day above ground to make it beautiful. It's not about perfection, but progress. Let's take this journey together, supporting one another and uplifting one another along the way. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, and share this episode with a friend. Until next time, stay beautiful and keep living your best life, and know that beautiful living awaits you. Yes, DMT says this book goes beyond the principles and strategies straight into transformation. So I had to say that because it caught my eye before I left out. So grab the book. It is a transformative book. I'm not just trying to sell it, okay? Because I'm telling y'all, get the book. You can get it at KeisaCampbell.com or wherever books are sold. You get it from KeisaCampbell.com. I'm going to put a personal message in there for you because whatever comes in my spirit, I believe it's for you. And that's what I'm going to send you. Okay. Love you too, DMT. So grab the book. Y'all have a lot of resources. Sign up for my masterclass. It's free. Sign up for it. You can click the link in my bio and grab the book, Release the Style Within You. It's an ebook. All right. Y'all have a great evening. And until next time, I see y'all next week, same time, same place. Good night.